In this video, we're going to talk about solving rational equations. So we want to solve each of the following, show our work, and be sure to check solutions in the original equations and identify any extraneous solutions. So these extraneous solutions are values that cannot be plugged in because they would result in dividing by 0. So in all of the equations that we've solved before, we've never had this situation because we've never had answers that couldn't be plugged in. But when you're dividing, as you hopefully remember, you can't divide by 0. So any number that you would plug in that would result in dividing by 0 is not allowed. It's called an extraneous solution. So again, they're values that can't be plugged in because they result in dividing by 0. So I'm going to identify what values I can't plug in first. So for number 1, the values that I cannot plug in are going to be -1 and 3. So I'm going to write that above here. And can't be -1 because -1 plus 1 would be 0. And n can't be 3 because 3 minus 3 would be 0. So those are the values that would be extraneous solutions if I were to get them as solutions to my equation. So to solve this equation, I'm going to start by getting rid of the n minus 3 in the denominator on the right side. And I'm going to do that by multiplying both sides of the equation by n minus 3. Since n minus 3 is divided, we do the opposite to get rid of it, which is multiplying on both sides. So that makes it go away on that side. On the left side, I'm going to rearrange the order here so I write the 3 in front, just because that's more how we're used to seeing it. So I have 3 times n minus 3 over n plus 1, and that equals 5. And now I'm going to get rid of the n plus 1 by multiplying by that on both sides. Now, obviously, a lot of you probably are going to tend to do these steps at the same time. You'll just say, oh, multiply this side by n minus 3, multiply this side by n plus 1, or you might have heard of the term cross-multiplying. That's fine if you want to do it that way. So this is what I have after I do that. I have 3 times n minus 3 equals 5 times n plus 1. Now, the next step in getting n by itself would be to distribute. So that's going to give me 3n minus 9 equals 5n plus 5. This is regular solving equations now, like we've done in the past. Combine like terms, get the numbers on one side and the variables on the other. So my next step would be to subtract 5 from both sides. So -14 equals 2n. And then lastly, divide by 2. And we get, finally, n equals -7. Now what I want to do is compare that to what I said earlier that n can't be. N can't be -1 or 3. So n being -7, that's totally fine. That would be the solution. Let's look at number 2. So for this one, my first step will identify what my x can't be. X can't be -2 because -2 plus 2 would give me 0 in the denominator. So let's go ahead and solve. I'm going to multiply both sides by x plus 2. And then that's going to cancel with the x plus 2 in the denominator. That gives me 2x plus 4 equals 3 times x plus 2. I'll need to distribute on the right side. 2x plus 4 equals 3x plus 6. I'll combine my x's here. And we have 4 equals x plus 6. And then subtract 6 from both sides, and we get x equals -2. Now, this time, what I got was an extraneous solution. X can't be negative 2, but that's what I got for my solution. So this is extraneous, and that means there is no solution, because the only solution that I got of x equals negative 2 does not work in the equation, because it would give me 0 in the denominator. So if my only solution that I got doesn't work, there is no solution.